For about the last week or so, I've been thinking of something and really toying around with the concept in my head, trying to figure out the answer. If there is an answer, sometimes with so many things, there is really no real answer, but at least it's worth considering. But one of the biggest things that drives me is when somebody shares a goal with me or something that they want to do. If I can help them accomplish it in any kind of way, that's what really drives me. I've learned that over the years. So I realized even with this 2016 journey or pursuit, if you want to say, a lot of times people do have a goal or something they want to do. And I'm going to use fitness or health or weight loss in a lot of what I do this year. But keep in mind that your 2016 is not just about weight, health, or fitness. But if that's a goal, that's great. That is something I'm starting with. But I have other goals, and I'm sure many others have goals for finance, business, family, things you're doing at your church or community service or what have you. But whatever goals you have, something that I've seen, and it really gets to me because I like to help people reach what they want to go after, is when they do strongly desire to do something, but for whatever reason they don't do it, or they'll start and never really be consistent. And I'm speaking of myself as well with some areas of life, and I've talked with others before, and I would bring up the point about motivation, and a lot of times people will respond that I'm motivated, but just nothing ever happens. So I started to really think, and I've really been thinking about it this past week or so, that is motivation really enough? Because if people are motivated, then it seems like they would do it, or I would do it. I'm including myself in this. But so I really started thinking and talking with a few others over the last few days and trying to get some alternative perspectives on it. But I kind of realized that motivation itself is probably not it. Motivation, I took some time to kind of dig into it. I read a research article on it briefly, but motivation is a reason for doing something, or the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. So, we do have a reason in most cases, or a desire, but beyond that, sometimes it's not enough. It may push us for a moment. For some people, health issues or desiring to do a particular thing that requires a weight loss or a particular state of health or whatever it is, or financial goal, you need to do something in the short term, but afterwards it doesn't remain. But even for myself, I've really taken some time to think back over my whole process. A lot of people talk about the fact that my overall weight doesn't seem to change. I stay about the same size. But as I shared in one of my first videos around this 2016, I see differences. Like I said, my weight will fluctuate between 20 pounds or so. And when I get to that top end, it really gets to me, and it makes me really lock back down and get back on track. But thinking back to middle school, I was overweight. I was probably about 5'2", about 200 pounds. But at some point, I made up in my mind to say I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I felt. Not that I'm worried too much about what other people say, but I was, most times overweight children are teased, so that as well. But for whatever reason, I made up my mind, and I decided I didn't like being like that. So I did something about it and made some changes. And, that was one of my triggers. But one of the other things, my father shared a lot with me, that my grandfather, he died at 40 years old, from heart complications, and my father, as a result, as he had some challenges, he changed his whole lifestyle. And I was maybe middle school, high school around the time, and that pushed me to make a lot of changes as well. But, and a lot of it pushes me to this day. So it's not just about weight for me. It's also about overall health and fitness. But, so those are some things for me. So those are reasons, but a lot of people have similar types of reasons, health wise, whatever it may be, if we're going to use that area for this discussion. But so after thinking about that, I started thinking there has to be another word that describes what really pushes or makes someone go ahead to make a decision and really make that change of lifestyle and go after what it is that they're going for consistently and make the changes that they want to make and stick with it. The closest that I've come up with is determination. And looking at determination, it's a quality that makes you continue trying to do or achieve something that is difficult, or the act of officially deciding something. A quality that makes you continue trying to do or achieve something that is difficult. And again, considering weight loss, fitness, overall health, yes, that is one of the most difficult things for people, and everyone has different challenges, different strengths. For someone else, weight and fitness is no problem. But for the majority of people, weight loss, health, fitness, it really hits home with most people. So, the willingness or, the quality that makes you continue trying to do it, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I know at some point for most of us, there has to be some type of trigger that's going to push us to that point. So my question for you is, do you think determination is a better word choice than motivation? Because a lot of people, again, you have a good reason for wanting to go after what you want to go after with your 20 and 16 or whatever goals you have whenever you have them. But is it something beyond that? What is that trigger point that drives you? What is the word that you think, if it's not determination, if it is determination, that summarizes that extra step beyond just having a good reason? For me, an additional thing, I believe that, God's given us our bodies and we need to be good stewards over what he's given us. And I want to live as long as I can to do what I've been put on this earth to do. I don't want my health to cut my life short. I want to be here to help as many people, to impact as many people as I can, to do the things I've been put here to do and remain necessary as long as I need to be. So our bodies are temples of his spirit. I want to be a good steward over what I have and what he's given me. There's a lot of different things that I've been thinking about. That's one of them. So I like to hear your thoughts again for this 2016 piece. Is motivation enough? Do you think it's more of determination? Is there some other term that describes it? So let me know what you think. Keep using that hashtag 20 and 16 to share it, and be on the lookout. I'm going to be posting some really good things real soon. Stay tuned.